Good news, everybody! This is Wolf Holotech coming directly to you through the power of the internet. Uh, and this is not exactly good news, bad news. It's depending on where you are coming from, kind of crazy news. But this is not going to be a video about video games. This is going to be a YouTube related video. And this video is about the recent uptick in demonetizations of quite a few YouTubers, and interestingly enough, many of them are really super awesome people that do not stir too much drama or do anything else other than try to talk about depression or social issues or things like that. And it's kind of a little disturbing considering that some of these YouTubers have had a lot of problems in their lives, and having this one other terrifying thing happen to them, or happen to them multiple times, gives them concern that their channels are essentially doomed. Now, as you can guess from this, I'm talking about Boogie 2988. If I mispronounce the numbers, because I can't remember sequence numbers for anything. So I can't even remember my phone number. And according to YouTube, these policy changes were made over a year ago. However, they did not kick into a full effect, nor were they really even talked about or even transmitted outward into the internet and told directly to YouTubers. And I have a few solutions for that problem. But let's continue on. A lot of these bots that are going around, and by the way, it's on an uptick, uh, based on timescale when the videos were originally demonetized and everything else. It is on a rise, not a gradual motion, but I mean like beginning when they announced it, and then this. So at some point, YouTube changed their policy. A few months passed, and then all of a sudden the bots kicked into a full effect, flagged a bunch of videos, demonetizing them, and then a few months later, or a few months and days in that range, then YouTubers were notified because there was also another update to the system that told people when that their videos had been demonetized. Now, as for all this is concerned, there's the general rule is if you start cutting the money out of something like this, not this as in my channel or anything. This is already done on a shoestring budget as it is. Many YouTubers that live off of YouTube or make most of their money from YouTube, they're going to be threatened and they're going to suffer a bit, depending on how many videos they produce that get flagged and demonetized, and when they appeal for them, they do not become reinstated. There's a serious issue there. There's the potentiality of many of these YouTubers no longer being able to afford to do YouTube or do YouTube videos at the level or quality they have been producing over the years. Now, as for me, as you can see, my channel is actually pretty low-key. The budget is really thin. So they could demonetize every single one of my videos. It would literally have no effect to me. I am not doing this for money. However, if by spontaneous effect I somehow actually make enough money to break even on YouTube, That would be awesome. That's very telling. Many people are like, I want to be the next PewDiePie. I want to be this the new Jesus, okay? And I'm like, you know what? I would very much just be happy with not losing money on YouTube. Every time I upload a gigabyte worth of videos, it costs me like $4. And when I'm making like 2 or 3 cents on a video, if lucky, I'm in the hole. So there we go. And so far, I've only had one video that paid for itself. It was the Mitomo mini review video. That was the only video that paid for itself because, whatever strange reason, since someone, when came to the channel, saw the review, there was premium ads on that video apparently at some point, and someone clicked a bunch of them. But that's it. That's all. That's literally the only video that actually paid for itself. I mean paid for itself. I did not mean make money. It actually broke even. That's the only ever video I've ever had that has actually broke even on my any of my channels. So there. If YouTube monetized all videos and took all the money away from everyone and said, you just produce videos on this platform, we're keeping all the money, I would still do videos on YouTube. And that cannot be said for a lot of other people. For 2 reasons. The first reason is people won't be able to afford to do so. They already have limitations on their budgets, and the money from YouTube at least allows them to do YouTube and maybe pay for medical bills and a little this and that. So they're basically just shoring themselves up. And the second reason, if YouTube basically took monetization money away from everyone, that a whole bunch of channels would disappear, is simply just because of greed. Some people are only doing YouTube videos just to make money. They want to be a millionaire. They want to be PewDiePie. They want to make hundreds of thousands, millions of dollars in a year for playing a video game or ranting and hating on people and stuff like that. So if I lost if all of YouTube became unmonetized and no one made money, I would still do YouTube videos. I would probably do them as frequently as I do them now. If anything, I might actually potentially do them more frequently because all of a sudden I no longer have other people competing with me. So I'm basically going to try to cover more subjects and do more videos. But then it digs into another issue of me losing more money as I do videos. So there we go. Now, a lot of people are basically freaking out, talking about this is a form of censorship, and quite simply, for the most part, a lot of these things make sense. The changes in policy, the implementation is shitty. Okay, it's just pure shit. Second thing is the last thing at the very bottom of the list, which basically deals with controversial subjects, even if there's no graphic imagery involved. Now, first and foremost, that is we have people doing heavy research on news subjects, informing people about current events in history, and you're going to hack off the monetization that they would be making for their time doing all the research they are doing. And if they can't at least make enough money to cover the time and effort that they are putting into doing the video, as opposed to going out and getting another job, a different job, and working that job, then you're going to end up with situations where people who are very gifted at doing research, hunting down the facts, reporting them in an intelligent, caring fashion to the public, no longer being able to afford to cover those videos. And as I said before with myself, every video costs money. I worked it out. It costs me like $4 a gigabyte. That's just how my internet plan is. I live out in the middle of the country. I have limited internet options. I have data caps. Say like if I go past the 30 gigabytes, I go past 30 gigabytes of my data, I get a hit with a $50 charge. Now, seeing as I am close to the $150 spending limit, I will get hit with another $50 charge. So if I'm spending, say, $100, I'm not joking this. I spend that $100 range, $139 a month on internet. Okay. Stop there. I have very limited options when it comes to internet. That's the 30 gigabytes right there. $139. If I get hit with a $50 charge for going 1 gigabyte over that 30 gigabyte amount, I automatically then go over my $150 charge limit, which then I get tacked with another $50. So there you go. Now that is just a pile of fun right there, but this costs money. Just making this video, no editing. I'm just talking to a video and then upload it. It costs me $4. If this video happens to be the video that goes over the 30 gigabyte limit in my month, this video would cost a lot more. The funny thing is, the way everything works out is the moment I go past that 30 gigabyte data cap, I owe another $100 on my internet bill. If I go more than a few days without paying that, they tack on another $25 or another $30 and another $40. It's complete madness. So there we go. And now you see, even with just subtle changes or losses or gains, it can change a whole lot. As I said on in the comments in a few videos, you take the money out of YouTube for the YouTubers, and the quality and quantity of videos goes down, because then there will be no longer any money for people to put into their channels, and it just goes down. And then people who are limited in funds quit doing YouTube and go and get a different job. And then there are greedy people that do YouTube for money, who want to become millionaires, or just simply want to do YouTube because they just don't want to actually work outside. And by the way, I work outside. I work at a recycling company, and I lift a lot of heavy metal and all kinds of crap all the time. Run around in the heat, in the humidity. I'm outside, okay? There's not many people who work harder than what I do at the scrapyard. Those people work in concrete and asphalt. Really heavy, really dangerous. The company insurance on me is at heavy iron worker level. So the insurance on me in the scrapyard, my boss has to pay, is the same as the guys in the scaffolding in the sky working on skyscrapers. That is how dangerous my job is. So sit on that and think about that. Uh, Now, so let's go with this simple thing. YouTube is not going to clearly demonetize everyone's videos. The interesting thing about that, I have not been hit with a single demonetization on any of my videos at any point. I don't swear, I don't cuss people out. Hell, if I start talking about fake gamers and stuff like that, I don't even mention who they are. I don't mention the people who are clearly greedy and are only interested in doing videos because it's like easy money to them, and I don't talk about who they are. I come across them periodically. Uh, it's just that simple. Now, it'd be very interesting to see where this shakes out. Uh, YouTube, as I said before, and many other YouTube channels, these policies, first and foremost, the easiest thing these policies harm is the drama channels, which is not that big of a deal, but they also hurt serious news channels. I mean serious news channels that are covering topics that people truly should know about. They're not affecting me because my channel's not a serious news channel. I just talk about the news and what I think and feel about certain events. My other side channel, actually I'm going to cross post this video on both my channels. I'm going to post this video on my Wolfotech Gaming News channel, and I'm also going to post this video on my regular Wolfotech channel. Okay? WOLFFOETOWTECH. Okay? I'm also going to post this video on that channel as well, because this is a general news topic. It's not a video game news topic, but I feel that this is important to post twice up on YouTube. I might also post this on my Facebook, which is going to be a break on my the idea policy I came up with. Going forward in the future, I am going to start uploading videos to both my Facebook page and my Twitter and my other Wolfotech channel. This one I mentioned earlier, which is also, by the way, the same name as the Facebook page. You can find the link to the Facebook page in the comments, in the not the comment section, but the description section below. But the changes that YouTube are making is concerning. Also note, as I said before, they are using really shitty, stupid bots that are just flagging videos, and for the most part, all the picking out the good from the bad is done by the YouTubers. So YouTube is essentially okay, we want to cut down on these little issues here. We want to make our platform a nicer place. So we're going to create these little bots that go around looking for these search terms and these words or sound actions, images and actions and stuff like that, and demonetize those videos. And eventually that is going to clear up all the little riffraff. However, bots are stupid. They just look for the word Brock Turner rapist or Brock Turner rape case, and they just go ahead and pluck that video. Even though the video is just simply explaining the events as they go from from point A to point Z, and giving legal history on such subject, and the bot just demonetizes that video. even though that's a perfectly good video. Otherwise, there's no swear words or anything other offensive. The video is just basically telling the news, and in that case, that is counterproductive, and technically is against the First Amendment of the United States in the United States Constitution, as there's protections for journalism that protect journalists from censoring and a few other things, but it's not exactly censoring. It's sort of it's de-incentivication of the subject. So if, say, a YouTube channel or any network where they're covering a lot of these controversial cases, will notice that a lot of their revenue will fall, and then they will cease to be making enough money to employ the investigators and stuff like that, and the editors and so on and so forth. And then they will no longer be able to produce as many videos, and they will have to spend more time fighting these demonetization actions, and which will increase the cost of the channel, yet at the same time diminish the income in which the content is producing, which will result in that channel either falling in quantity of videos or quality of videos, or shifting focus away from certain types of videos, which is very dangerous. So I truly think that there's a case for suing YouTube over demonetizing various videos. However, it is very specific and strongly tied to particular types of videos. I mean, like serious news topics. People did heavy research, are reporting the facts as is with little to no spin. Those guys go after their YouTube. They might have a chance to. They have a good chance to win. If it was like an other case where it was basically like someone ranting and raving like a crazy madman over a subject and swearing like a free monster, that would be a loss. It's like what I was talking about, what I was thinking about, and talking about to other people about DMCA's on video game videos. If it was someone like the gaming historian or me or a few other people, generally in that vein, where it's basically informational or there's very little usage of the item of the copyrighted material in the video, then it's an easy case to go and take Nintendo on, or anyone else that flags those videos and takes them down, or takes the monetization away, and win that one. However, it was someone like PewDiePie or a few other YouTubers who basically play a video game, scream into a microphone, freaking out, or just simply, or the ones that simply play a video game and say nothing, saying absolutely nothing during the video. It's just them playing a video game. That is an easy loss for them and for everyone. And in that case, precedence in legal matters a lot. Precedence is the first and foremost thing whenever a case is going to trial or even contemplated, directs the action in a direction. So if, say, like, PewDiePie got DMCA'd up the wazoo and he decided to go and fight it, and it's all videos where he's just screaming and or playing or giggling to the video game, and it's a long section, it's a long play, and there is an incredibly good chance those types of videos, the videos where people do not say anything and just play the game, or people who do very little or just general giggles and laughs and screams, very low quality content, quality input about the video game, uh, there's a very good chance those videos would lose. Those people would lose a case. Now, if they lose that case, everyone else in a similar in the entire general territory on YouTube of video gaming videos on video games would be severely affected, as it would immediately mean that video game videos are not monetizable, and you are just simply making a derivative product off of someone else. There's also a solution a video game company can do to instantly shut down any Let's Play video game video. It's dumb, okay? This is dumb and simple, and no YouTuber can beat this, because it's actually part of the Let's Play. It's actually a part of the fair use rule set based. It's actually a part of the fair use rules. But if the original owner of the copyright is providing a similar product as someone else, they automatically win. The person who is doing fair use material of, say, like, if I were to do do a Let's Play series of Super Mario Brothers, and I was being very documentarian and going through it piece by piece and just laughing, having fun, talking about the history of certain things, so on and so forth, all kinds of stuff like that, I'm okay. If Nintendo decided, let's do our own Let's Play series of Super Mario Brothers, then they own the IP Super Mario Brothers, and they are providing a Let's Play series of Super Mario Brothers. Me and anyone else doing a Let's Play series of Super Mario Brothers would then instantly become infringing of all ownership of of the Let's Plays. So in other words, if Nintendo is providing a product that covers the same concept as everyone else, it instantly voids everyone else out. So if Nintendo simply were to create a Nintendo Let's Play channel or a Nintendo Gameplay Center where you had Shigeru Miyamoto and Aonuma and everyone else just go play through old Nintendo video games, that would instantly wipe out any right to anyone else doing that kind of game or subject on their channel. So if Nintendo simply went and did their own Let's Play channel, no one can do Let's Plays of Nintendo games. Period. Straight up. Nintendo could just DMC everyone else into oblivion, and it would not matter, because it would clearly be violation of one of the 4 basic rules of fair use. And the fair use rules, I don't have them written down here, there's actually 4 of them, and by the way, this is very important to remember, violation of any 4 of these rules instantly voids fair use. Fair use is not a right. Also, please remember that. Fair use is not a right, it's a defense. It's not a sword, it's a shield. It's a shield made of cardboard, but that's onto another joke there. But first and foremost, first thing about fair use is that in order to be something to be fair use, it can only use snippets or brief segments or pieces of the original IP. So long Let's Plays are technically against fair use because it's a long continuous series, and that is a violation of fair use. That's an easy loss right there. That's another easy, quick loss right there. If you show a ton of stuff about something, it's no longer fair use. Brief sections, yes, it's fair use. Second is that fair use is for parody or educational purposes. If I were to do a video, play through the first level of Super Mario Brothers, and explain the mechanics and everything else in the game, and the history of each enemy and the colors and stuff like that, that is perfectly a fair use. The third thing what is it? I can't remember the third rule. But the fourth one happens to be the one about that. I don't have my notes. I don't have any notes here, but on fair use. But the fourth rule is that you cannot be replacing a product offered by the original owner of the IP. So in other words, Pokemon Uranium is a game called Pokemon. You rent it or buy it or download it, whatever. That is a replacement of another Pokemon game. So in other words, in order for someone to have fair use rights, the fair use product or item that they are creating cannot be equivalent to something that's already offered by the actual owner of the IP. So, as I was saying before in my examples, if Nintendo or Sony or any video game company created a Let's Play channel and did Let's Plays of their games, then anyone else doing Let's Plays of those games would be in violation of fair use. It would no longer be covered under fair use. That would be the simplest solution I could give Nintendo and any other video game company that wants to kill off Let's Plays and have absolute control. I mean, clean straight up. You just lock it down. There's no entry. Is just create your own channel and upload a video each week or every so many days of one of your people playing through an old video game from your archive, and that would just simply completely, entirely annihilate any access to that game by any other Let's Player. They would then become competition. The Let's Player would become the competition to the original owner, and the owner, by default, would automatically win. And fair use is no longer a defense in that case. So, thank you very much for watching this video. Please consider subscribing to my channel. Also, please consider hitting the like button, commenting in the section below. If you leave a comment, basically anything, I would then have the ability to actually just go over to your channel and visit you and say hi and watch your videos. Also, please don't delete your video. Don't delete your comment. If you delete your comment, I would no longer have the ability to actually go to your channel, because how my network is set up is I would have to go and dig something out and update a whole bunch of stuff, and then just I'm going to swipe through my phone or tablet, and if your comment is on the video and I can click on your icon and go right off to your channel, it works out that way. Please consider sharing this video around. Hit the share button and add it to a playlist. And thank you very much. This is a really long video. Thank you very much, and so long.